Hi and welcome back to Let's Crochet. Today I'm going to do a sample blanket using the puff stitch. As you can see, I've already made these 6 flowers and the granny squares made out of green. So I'm going to show you, first of all I'm going to show you how to do the magic ring. So I've done 3 here because it's grey, black and beige. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to do the magic ring. Then I shall show you how to make the puff stitch around the magic ring. And then I'll show you how to do the granny square, and then I'll show you how to join. So I'll just get everything ready and then we'll begin. So I'm going to use the 4.5mm crochet hook to do these magic ring circles for the middle of the flowers, and I'm using beige double knit. So let's begin. So first of all you need to make a circle. So get the wool into your palm of your hand and cross it across the 4 fingers like that and wrap it around the first 2 fingers. Make sure you've got a cross on the top of your finger like that. And I hold the wool, or the yarn, with this finger, and I get my hook and then just pull it through so you've got like a circle. And then you fasten it off like that. Because we'll be doing the triple stitch, we're going to be doing crossing, putting the yarn over twice. I will show you. So what we need to do on here is we need to do 4 chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to put the yarn over the hook twice. So that's 1, 2, put the hook into the circle, grab the yarn. You've got 4 stitches on the hook. Pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and pull it through the last 2. So we're going to wrap the yarn around the hook twice. 1, 2, put the hook into the circle, grab the yarn. You've got 4 stitches on the hook. Grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and then pull it through the last 2. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put the hook into the circle, grab the yarn, put the yarn around the hook, pull it through the first 2, then the next 2, and then the next 2. I'll just show you one more time. Wrap the wool around the hook twice, put the hook into the circle, grab the yarn, pull it back through the circle. You've got 4 stitches on the hook. Pull the yarn through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and pull it through the last 2. So altogether we'll be wanting 12 triple crochets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need another 7. 6. Oh, I've just done a double crochet. So easy to do a double crochet. So I need to wrap it round twice, put it through the circle, grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and then pull it through the last 2. So that's 2, 4, 6. I'm going to put another 6 triple crochets into this circle, and then I'll come back to you. So I'm at the last triple crochet now. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put the hook into the circle, grab the yarn, pull it through the circle, grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2 stitches, then the next 2, and then the next 2. And including the chain that we did at the beginning, you should have 12 triple crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you just pull the yarn to close the circle. And what we do then, in the 1, 2, 3, in the 4th chain at the top, we do a slip stitch. So you just do a slip stitch. And then I'll get my scissors and let's cut that off. Pull it through and then just put a slip stitch into the next chain. Put your hook into the next chain, sorry, and then just pull your yarn through. And that's the beginning of the puff stitch flower. Because we'll be putting 12 stems into the middle of this flower, you can see each triple crochet where the gap is, we're going to put a stem, and then another stem, then another stem. And I shall show you once I get the wool and everything ready, and we'll be doing the petals. So for these next petals I'm going to use blue, and it's a double knit, and we're still using the 4.5mm hook. So on On here, all you need to do is get yourself a yarn needle and then just sew all these in and then just cut the ends off. But because I've already made one, I will show you what we do next. So we put a slip knot onto the hook, and in these spaces where you can see between the triple crochet, we're going to put our petals. So we'll start off putting the hook in between and do a slip knot. Not slip knot, sorry, slip stitch. And then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in each gap where we put the petal, we're going to put 5 triple crochets. So that's count 1, put the hook, put the yarn around the hook twice, put your hook into the space, pull your yarn through, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, pull it through the last 2. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put your hook into the gap, pull the yarn, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, pull it through the last 2. So wrap your yarn around the hook twice, put it into the gap, pull the yarn through, first 2 stitches, next 2 stitches, and the last 2 stitches. That's 4. Wrap the yarn around the hook, put it into the same space, pull your yarn through, pull it through the first 2 stitches, put it through the next 2 stitches, and then pull it through the last stitch. Then we're going to take as hook off the chain, and into this space we'll count 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put as hook into the top of this chain like that. Put your hook back into the chain and pull it through like you were going to do a slip stitch, and then chain 2, 1, 2. Let me just grab some more yarn, make it a little bit easier for me to show you. So you've chained 2. So in the next space, it is quite tight, so make sure when you go around that you do put it into the next space of the triple crochet, because when I've made them before, I've managed to get 2. So this is what it should look like. You've got all the spaces around the centre of the flower. So we're going to wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put it into that gap there, pull the wool through with your hook, put it through the first 2, put it through the next 2, and then pull it through the last 2. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put it into the same space, pull your yarn through, pull it through the first 2 stitches, then the next 2 stitches, and then the last 2. So wrap the yarn around the hook, put it into that space, grab the yarn through, put your hook through the first 2 stitches, then the next 2, and then the last 2. So wrap the yarn around the hook, put your hook into the space, grab the yarn and pull it through the first 2 stitches, and pull it through the next 2, and pull it through the last 2. So that's 4. One more. Wrap the yarn around the hook, put it into that space, grab the yarn through, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, pull it through the last 2. Then you pull your hook out of the chain, and then you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then put your hook at the back of that chain. It's a little bit tricky, so just take your time. So you've got your chain on there. Put the hook back into the chain, and then just pull it through, pull it quite tight, and then chain 2. I shall just show you one more. So you're going to wrap the yarn around the hook twice, make sure you put it into the gap between the petals, then put your hook in the gap, pull the yarn through first 2 stitches, pull it through the next 2 stitches, and then pull it through the last 2. Wrap the yarn around the hook, do it twice, put your hook into the space, grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and pull it through the last 2. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put it into that gap, grab your yarn, pull it through the gap, put the yarn around the hook, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2, and pull it through the last 2. So you wrap the yarn around the hook, put your hook into that space, pull the yarn through, you've got 2 stitches, then the next 2, and then the next 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap the yarn around the hook twice, put your hook into the space, grab the yarn, put it through the first two, pull it through the next two, and pull it through the last two. And then count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your hook into the chain at the top. Put the chain back onto your hook, pull it through, pull it quite tight, chain 2. So you're going to go all the way around this circle, making sure that you go through each petal space. You're going to do 5 triple crochets, go back into the 5th chain, take your hook out and pull the yarn through, and then tie it off at the top, chain 2, and carry on until we come to the end here. And then I'll show you what we do next. So on your very first stitch that you did 4 chains. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th chain at the back, put your hook through, and then you do a slip stitch. Pull it through, and there's your flower. And before you cut your yarn, always count, make sure you've got 12 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because I've done them before and I've had 11. Then I've had to go back and unpick it all, join the yarn back up, and then do it again. So my advice is always count, make sure you've got 12 petals. So then you just get your hook, put it underneath the chain, get your yarn around the hook, and then pull it through. And there's your flower with 12 petals. Because I haven't sewn this in, I'll show you one that I've already done. So there you go. And if you see underneath the petal, you've got a round circle, and that's where you're going to be putting your green GraNNy square. So once I'll get all my things sorted out, I'll get the yarn, and I'll come back to you and I'll show you what we do next. Right, I'm going to show you how to put a square around this puff stitch flower. And it's like I said, you've got a circle, so it makes it easier for you to be able to put your clusters in. So what we do now, you can put your slip stitch in any petal, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets. So that's 3 double crochets. That one is including your chain. So we've done a chain of 3 and 2 double crochets. And because these are quite big flowers, I'm going to put a chain in between every single cluster. And I'm going to put 2 chain into the corner, but I'll show you that when we get there. So we put another 3 double crochets into here. And if you're not sure what a double crochet, and then chain 1. If you're not sure what a double crochet is, you put your yarn around the hook once, put your hook into the space, grab your yarn through, you've got 3 stitches on the hook, pull it through the first 2 and then pull it through the next 2. Yap the yarn around the hook once, put your hook into the chain space, pull it through, you've got 3 stitches on the chain, pull it through the first 2, pull it through the next 2. Yap your yarn around the hook, put your hook into the space, grab your yarn, you've got 3 stitches on the hook, pull it through the first 2 and pull it through the last 2. Chain 2. Because this is going to be a corner, so we've done 1, 2 clusters. This is the 3rd cluster. Chain 2, and then we're going to put another 3 double crochets into the same space of the last 3. I shall just show you. Make it a little bit easier for you to understand. So just take that hook out of there. So this is going to be the corner, like this here. So we're going to put another 1, 2, we're going to put 3 more clusters in till we get to the next corner. So you chain 1 and then 3 more double crochets. That's 3, chain 1, 3 more double crochets. That's 2, 3, chain 1, and then this one's going to be a corner, so we're going to put 3 double crochets into here. That's 2, 3 and 2 chain 1, 2 and 3 more double crochets into the same space, and I'll show you what it should look like. So this is the one corner, that's your other corner, so it's going to be one corner here, 2 corner. So if we just carry on going down here, chain 1 and then you put 3 more double crochets into the 2 chain space that we did earlier, 2, 3, chain 1. I'll come back to you when we get to here, when we get down to here, sorry. So don't forget to put your corner in. You do 2 clusters, then do your corner. I'll come back to you when we get to here. Right, I'm back where I said I was going to meet you. So you chain 1 into there, and then where you put your 3 chain earlier, that's 1, 2, 3, put your hook into the top of the chain, push it through and do a slip stitch. But I always make sure that I put 2 in just so it's a bit more secure. So that's what it should look like. One cluster, chain 2, another cluster, chain 1, another cluster, chain 1, another cluster, chain 1. So that's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So that's how you put the granny square onto your flower. So let's just cut this off and then put your hook back in there to pull the yarn through, and then you just sew that in. So what I'm going to show you now is how to join these granny squares together. So I'll come back to you when I get everything sorted out. Hi and welcome back. I put all the greens around the puff stitch flowers now, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to join them with a continuous stitch. So we're going to start off from this bottom corner here, work up, across, work down, back up, across, down, back up, across, down, back up and across. And when we get to here, I'll stop, but I will show you the steps from the very beginning. And if you can hear any noise in the background, it is my cats. Every time I press the red button to film, they start playing up. You can hear him now, he's actually on my back. What are you doing, Purdy? Oh, you had a naughty boy. He is a very naughty boy. Right, I'm going to have to just go sort him out. He's just literally sat there. You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Purdy? Right, I'm just going to go sort him out. We're going to put a slip stitch into this corner because this is where we're going to start. And then we're just going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put 3 double crochets into this corner. 1, 2, because your first chain counts as 1, so we've got chain 3 and 2 double crochets for chain 1. And we're going to put 3 double crochets into the next chain space. That's 3, chain 1, 3 more double crochets to this chain space, chain 1, 3 more double crochets into this chain space. Oops. 3 double crochets into this chain space. That's the 3, chain 1. And then we're going to put 3 double crochet, 2, 3, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then 3 double crochet. And I'll just show you what it should look like. my hook out. So we should have slip stitch in this corner, chain 3 and 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Up to the top corner we should have 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets, chain 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets until we get to this corner. In this corner we're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then I'll come back to you when we get to this corner down here. Right, we've got down to this bottom corner where I said I'd come back to show you what the next bit is. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to connect this square to here. So I'm just going to turn my work round, and we're going to put a double crochet into this corner here, and then add 2 more double crochets. So we've got 3 double crochets into this bottom corner of this square. So we're going to attach this square with a slip stitch to the border that we've just done. Then we're going to put 3 more double crochets into this chain space, 2, 3, and then a slip stitch into that chain space, and then we're going to put 3 more double crochets into this chain space, and then a slip stitch into that chain space, and then 3 more double crochets into this chain space on this GraNNy square, slip stitch into this one, and then 3 double crochets into the top corner of the second GraNNy square that you're just attaching. And I'll just show you what the next stage is. Because we're not joining these, we're just going to carry on doing a chain 3 and then another 3 double crochets into this top corner, because as we go along we will be joining the next 2, and then in this corner up here we will be joining all 4 together, but I'll explain that when we get a bit closer. So for this now we're just going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then put 3 more double crochets in there, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets into this space. So I'll just tell you what we need to do now is we go all the way across here. So that's going to be 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then all the way to this bottom corner. So I'll come back to you when I get here. Now we're at the bottom of this GraNNy square in the corner. We're going to add the next one along the row. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, just turn my work, and we're just going to join this with a double crochet in the bottom corner of this GraNNy square. 1, I'll put 3 double crochets into this corner. Just split my yarn, so I'll just start that again. So we're going to put a double crochet into this bottom corner. That's 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to join the border with a slip stitch, and then in the next chain space we're going to put 3 more double crochets into this chain space. 2, 3. So I'll tell you what we're going to do next. Just going to add that with a slip stitch, and so we're going to put 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, 3 chains, 3 double crochets, because we're not joining it yet, because we're going to add the other 2 when we get up to the next row. So you put 3 double crochets into this corner, 3 chain, and 3 double crochets. I'll come back to you just to show you, because it's easier for me to explain. Oh, it's easier for me to show you than to explain. So I'll show you what we're going to do next. We're going to put 3 double crochets in there, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then we're going to stop at this corner. So when you get here, stop, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So now we're at the end of this first row of these granny squares using the continuous stitch. We're just going to join the next row like so I shall show you what to do. It is quite easy once you get the swing of it, but I've got to turn my work all the way around to join this to this. So this row is now upside down, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to join my next granny square in this corner. I'm going to put 3 double crochets into this corner. That's 2, 3, and then we're just going to join it with a slip stitch, and then again 3 more double crochets into this next chain space. That's 2, 3, slip stitch, 3 more double crochets into here. That's 1, 2, 3, 1 slip stitch into that chain space, 3 more double crochets into this space. That's 2, 3, slip stitch into that chain space, and then when we get to this corner of this granny square, we just put 3 double crochets. I shall show you. Take my hook out. So we've just joined this granny square. We've put 3 chain into here, 3 double crochet, slip stitch, 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 3 double crochet. So now in this chain space of 3, what we've done in this corner is we're going to put us hook back into that chain space, put us hook underneath there, and we're going to put the hook underneath that chain space, and we're going to join it with a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to join it the next granny square. So we're going to put 3 double crochets into here. That's 2, 3, and then into this space, chain space of that granny square, we're just going to put a slip stitch. So it's 3 double crochets into this chain space, joined with a slip stitch, 3 double crochets into this chain space. That's 2, 3, slip stitch, 3 double crochets into the next chain space. That's 2, 3, slip stitch, and then we're at the corner of this granny square. We're going to put 3 double crochets into this corner. I'll show you what we do next. Let's take my hook out. So we're just going to join this 3 chain space in this corner. We're going to join it to this granny square. We're going to connect it with a slip stitch and chain 1, and then we're going to join this next one. So I'll just show it started off again. We'll just put 3 double crochets into this corner, a slip stitch, and then 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 3 double crochets into that next chain space, and then when you get to this corner, you put 3 double crochets into there, and then you do a slip stitch into that chain space, and then you do chain 1, and then you get your next granny square, and that join that with 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, and I'll come back to you when we get to this corner. Right, we've got to this end of this row. Because this is going to be a border, we're going to connect these together. So what we do is the 3 chain space that you put in earlier in the granny square, we're going to join it with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then turner's work. And we're going to put 3 double crochets into this top corner of this granny square. 3 double crochets, chain 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 3 double crochets into this space, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then I'm going to meet you here. So come back to me when you've got here. Right, we should be at the bottom, well, nearly at the bottom of this first granny square. So you put your chain 1, nearly forgot, then you put 3 double crochets into this top corner. That's 2, 3, I'll take my hook out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to connect it to these 3 chain from that other granny square. So you put your hook underneath this chain space, put your hook underneath the 3 chain space, and then you grab your yarn and we'll do a slip stitch, but I'm just showing you what you do. So you put your hook back through your chain, put your hook underneath the chain space, put your hook underneath the 3 chain space, grab the yarn, pull it through both, and then do a slip stitch, and then chain 1. So I'm just going to turn my work around to make it easy for me to explain what we do next. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 3 double crochets into this top corner, and then we do a slip stitch into there to join this granny square to this blue one. Then we put 3 double crochets into the next chain space, and a slip stitch into the next chain space of that granny square. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of this corner, 3 double crochets into that chain space, slip stitch into there, 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, and I'll come back to you when we get here. Right, we're at the bottom of this granny square. We're not joining this here yet because we will be putting some more granny squares. So I shall show you that next time we get onto the, I'll show you that in the next row. So we're just going to put 3 double crochets, sorry, not 3 double crochets, 3 chains. Turn my words so I can show you a little bit better. So we've done 3 chains, and we're going to put another 3 double crochets in here. I'll just show you what it looks like. So we've put 3 chain in there because we're not joining. So we've come all the way down here. We've joined the granny square to this corner, and we've come all the way back up here. So we should have 3 double crochets in that top corner, 3 chain and 3 double crochets, and we should chain 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the exact same what we've done here on here. So we're going to come along here, we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then we're going to come all the way down to here. So when we get into this bottom corner of this granny square, you put 3 double crochets and then stop, and then I'll show you what to do next. So we're at the bottom of the corner again, so you just put your hook underneath the chain space and put your hook into that 3 chain space. So you just put your hook back on, put your hook underneath the chain space, put your hook underneath the 3 chains, and then do a slip stitch, chain 1. So I just have to turn my work round so I can show you what to do. So the next part of this granny square using this continuous stitch again is just putting 3 double crochets into the top corner and then join with a slip stitch into the top, into the next chain space. So we're going to do that all the way to the end. We're just going to carry on doing, putting 3 double crochets into there, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, slip stitch, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, slip, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then stop when you get to this corner. Oops. Stop when you get to this corner here. So I'll come back to you when I get here. I added the other 4 onto the blanket because this video would have been about 3 hours long if I'd carried on. So what we're doing now, because it's the border, we're going to put a slip stitch into this chain 3, chain 1, and let me just turn this way around. We're going to put 3 double crochets into this top corner, a chain 1, 3 double crochets into this next chain space, so we've fastened this down because we're actually finishing this blanket now, and this is the beginning where we started, so I will explain how we carry on. So we're going to carry on going along this granny square. We're going to put 3 double crochets into this space, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Same again at this corner, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and I'll come back to you when we get to here. So we've got to this top corner, we've put 3 double crochets into there, and we're going to put a hook underneath the chain space and a hook into the 3 chain space, and grab the yarn, make a slip stitch and chain 1, and then turn his work. And we're going to put 3 double crochets into this top corner of this granny square, and then a slip stitch to join, and then 3 double crochets into the next space, and then a slip stitch to join, and that's what we're going to do all the way up to the top till we get to the top corner of the granny square. Oops. And I'll show you what we're going to do when we get here, because we're actually finishing the blanket off. So I'll come back to you when I get up here. So we've got to this bottom corner, we've put 3 double crochets into the top corner of the granny square, so we're putting his hook underneath the chain space, putting his hook underneath the 3 chain space, pull the yarn through, do a slip stitch, a chain 1, turn his work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do 3 double crochets into the top corner of this granny square, and then join with a slip stitch, then 3 double crochets into the next chain space, and then a slip stitch, and then when we get up to the top of the corner, I shall show you. We're going to get up into this corner, we're going to do 3 double crochets, we're going to join in this corner with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets. Work all the way down to here, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and when we get here I'll come back to show you what to do next. Right, we're at the bottom of the corner, we've just put 3 double crochets into the bottom corner of the granny stitch, and we're just going to be joining the slip stitch, chain 1, turn his work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 3 double crochets into this bottom corner, and we're going to join with a slip stitch and then 3 more double crochets into the chain space and carry on up to the top. And then when we get to the top, you're going to put 3 double crochets into the top corner, join the other GraNNy square with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then you're going to put 3 double crochets. So you're going to join 3 double crochets, slip stitch, chain 1, and then another 3 double crochets into there, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and I'll come back to you when I get to this bottom corner. Right, I'm at the top of the corner where I said I'd come back, so you chain 3 and then you put 3 more double crochets into the top of the corner, and I'll just go across one GraNNy square to explain what you do. And then you put 3 double crochets into here, 3, oops, 3, chain 1, and then another 3. Don't want to play a bald on this yarn today. Let me just take that back out. 3 double crochets into here, chain 1, and 3 more double crochets into here. That's 1, 2, 3, chain 1. So when you get to this corner, you put 3 double crochets into this corner. That's 2, 3, and because we're finishing this practice blanket off, I'm just doing a sample, we're going to put a slip stitch into here and chain 1, and then you're going to put 3 double crochets into the next corner of this next GraNNy square, and you're going to, that's 3, and chain 1. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put 3 double crochets into there, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, then a slip stitch into here, and then we're going to, we're going to put 3 double crochets into here, then we're going to put a slip stitch in there to join, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and when we get back to here, I'll come back to you when we get to here. I thought I'd just come back and explain, because I don't think I did last time, did I? So right, we're going to put 3 double crochets into here. That's 2, 3, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch into here. And chain 1, and then 3 double crochets into this corner here. Then chain 1, and I'll come back to you when we get to this corner. Right, we're at this corner now, so we've just put 3 double crochets into the corner. We're going to do 3 chain, then turn us way round and put 3 double crochet into the same corner, and I'll just show you what we do with the first corner of this GraNNy square. So we're going to put 3 more double crochets into here, chain 1, 3 more double crochets into this space, chain 1, 3 double crochets into this space, that's 2, 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets into the top corner, then a slip stitch, and chain 1, and then 3 double crochets into this top corner. So if you just carry on doing what I've just showed you till you get to the end of, let me just put a chain into there, till we get to the end of this corner, because that is actually the end of the blanket. So I'll come back to you when I get here. I just thought I'd come back on just to show you the corner again. So you put 3 double crochets into your top corner of your granny square, and then you put a slip stitch into that chain space, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets into the next corner of the granny square, chain 1. I'll come back to you when we get to this corner here. Right, we're at the end of this puff stitch flower granny square using the continuous stitch to join. So I'll just put my 3 double crochets into there, chain 3, turn my work and put a slip stitch into here if it wants to go in. Oops, it doesn't want to go in. Slip stitch into there, and then I always put an extra one in just to make sure. And if you saw this video earlier and my cat was on the table, it's knocked my scissors on the floor, so I can't pick them up. It's just me stopping this video and starting again, but I won't bother. It's been quite a long video, is this? I hope you haven't got bored. Right, so this is puff stitch flower granny square using the continuous stitch. I hope you've enjoyed making it along with me. I've enjoyed it. I do like crocheting. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.